Good evening. Hey, John. Happy birthday, buddy. Hope you had a great day. Yeah, it's better. Oh, my dear. Good evening, everybody. What's everybody up to tonight? Was it a good Monday overall? For me, it was a great Monday. Great beginning of the week, including the fact that the Cubs won. That's just the icing on the cake. So, hey, Sandra. Good evening. Wanted to chit chat about this and that. Maybe update the events of the weekend, which I think a lot of you saw. Hey, Anaya. When it comes to that, I don't even know where to begin. Too much. Okay. Good. Hey, Marcy. A lot of static. A lot of people heard from trying to get a hold of me. That's what happened with the ruckus I made regarding free speech, and then my stance on a certain matter, and then my change of a stance, and everybody lost their damn minds. Uh-oh. Can you guys not hear me? No, I'm not muted. Hey, Buchuna, can you guys hear me okay? Do you hear? Because I'm not showing I'm muted, but somebody mentioned to me that I was. Okay. Don't you want to check your speaker or headphones or something, buddy? Don't even know where to start, like I said. Thank you. It started off with, my stance on this, and then that was the day before, and then I believe it was Friday night. Some things were presented to me of what actually happened regarding a certain arrest and charge, and so I felt it necessary, because I had made such a big deal about what my stance was. I felt it necessary to come out and say, you know what, I got to change my stance because of things that I became aware of, and like I said, people lost their minds, and I had everyone trying to reach me. For what? I'm not sure exactly. Most likely trying to figure out what I know, trying to maybe silence me. But there's nothing to silence me about. And I'm choosing not to discuss that anymore. Definitely not going to entertain any phone calls or comments. I was going to comment or discuss something with someone, but there's too much too much eighth grade drama going on. And people can't talk to each other anymore. Everybody's got to be, cursing and name calling and all this stupid crap. Bunch of stupid shit. You know what? It's after 10:30. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. It's stupid. And if you can't have a conversation, and if that's the only way to have a conversation, well, then that conversation is not going to happen with me. And anyway, there was nothing to say anyway. I said what I said, and then somebody put out a clip. They were trying to pin this that I said something about a plea deal that was taken, or that somebody accepted a plea deal. Excuse me. And I was like, I didn't say nothing about a plea deal. And then all of a sudden, voila, a video clip appeared of my live program, which was a very limited, a very short segment. Yeah, you know what? So what happened was somebody was putting out this clip and said, "Oh, you said they took a plea deal." Like, I never said that, and they insisted. All of a sudden, a video pops up, and that was sent to me. That was the only thing that was sent to me. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the subject of Marshall Moreno had to make an appearance. That was the first time I saw Marshall Moreno. That was kind of funny. And then, so when she sent me that, I went to dig. I usually don't watch my own videos, but, I felt it necessary to look it up, and I found the clip, so I expanded the clip. And of course, it was all taken out of context completely. And that was originally designed, obviously, to make me look bad, first of all. And then second of all, to give bad information to other platforms out there that may that they will judge me based on that clip. So that got cleared up, and you know what? I'm done with it. I have no interest. I'm watching all day, and hi Gloria for being here. And just I would call it banter, but it's slightly more. It's more harsh than just banter. It's just a word going back and forth that's gotten really out of control. And no offense, Gloria, and anybody else, but it's really akin to an 8th grade fight and a war of words. And it's just, come on, how old is everybody? And I did receive somewhat of an intimidating call, and then someone else made a comment that I was afraid of people, and I'm like, you know what? Just like I said the other day, and I'm repeating this again because obviously, I said it doesn't bother me, but it bothered me a little bit. Like, I'm 56 years old. I don't got time for this shit. This is foolish. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion. If you don't like their opinion, that's too bad. That sounds like a you problem. And you know what? And sometimes people change their opinions. And that happens a lot. And that's something you have to deal with. People have to deal with it. I mean, it's gotten so childish. I did receive on my YouTube page some new subscribers. Oh, because of your stance, you got a subscriber, you won one here. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then as soon as I changed my stance, I got another message from that same person. Oh, because of your show, guess what? I'm unsubscribing now. It's like, God. What are we, like 10 years old now? I mean, what is this? It's like, if you want to watch, because if you find the program or what I talk about or my opinions interesting, then feel free to watch. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. I think these people will watch anyway. But if you don't want to subscribe, then don't. If you don't want to watch, then don't. But this childish crap, man, it's embarrassing. I get people from all around the country, and they're like, "What's going on over there, man? It's like a high school fight." I'm like, yeah, I know it is. It's really sad. And somebody even said because of information that I had or I was made aware of, which caused me to change my stance. Somebody mentioned, oh, they said they might subpoena you. It's like, subpoena me? I don't care. I don't have to say anything. I didn't do anything illegal. I didn't get my information. I was shown information, and most of this information was public at some point. So, you know what? All you people, I'm not the one that you guys need to be afraid of or worried about. You got other more serious things to worry about or to deal with. My opinion is just my opinion, and I'm not. Before I would dance around, and I don't favorite anybody. Okay, I don't have a favorite, and just because I listen to one or I listen to another or I listen to them all, that's my right to do so. I just like to hear what's going on and what are they saying. And on some level, it's interesting, just wondering what's going on. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't mean that I side one way or I side another way, or it doesn't mean any of that. Guys, some people need to just get over that shit. Michael, working on it. Are you still banned? I mean, you got some kind of restriction. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm like way. I'm gonna look in the mirror, and that's where I'm looking at stuff. I really don't care. People that don't like me and they want to use that silly name calling or whatever and cuss me out in Spanish, have at it. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, anybody, those that like one side are welcome here and can talk. Those that like the other side, or what do they call it? Party A, Party B, and Party C. And I still don't know which party was which in that mess, which it's kind of funny. But you guys can talk here. I just don't want you to be belligerent and rude to each other. If you want to have a discussion in the comments, have at it. But all that this weekend was just so damn silly. And it was somewhat serious a little bit. And then, I'll admit, I saw Marshall Moreno and I laughed. I had a good chuckle. It was a good chuckle. And I think that's what people need to do is get into their content and do some stuff. Me, I like to react to videos. So I've got a short list of different videos out there on YouTube that I want to react to, and working on some interviews as well. And yeah, it's just gotten stupid. It's way overboard. And like I said, I hope it doesn't get personal, and I hope it doesn't cross the line anymore. Oh, is that what it is? Party A, Party B, and Party C. Oh, okay. Got it. And then all the nicknames for everybody. I mean, it's in a weird way, it's funny, but I know people don't want to get in trouble, or have somebody press charges, because now that's what everybody wants to do, press charges, have people arrested. And then in retaliation, they want to arrest them as well. And it's like, I don't know. I hate repeating myself. Like, I just wish we could have the good old days of just two parties don't like each other. You just go back and forth on the program, kind of like they're doing today. Just talk about each other, and who can cuss somebody out better, or it's like the if you've seen those jokes, I think it was MTV, like Yo Mama jokes. They would go back and forth, and whoever had the best Yo Mama joke won. Let me look at the comments. Yes, because sometimes if I don't read comments, people lose their minds also. I swear to God. Why'd you like Cecilia? She's the nicest person you'll ever encounter, but you do pick one side and never go to T-Talk and see what's going on. Okay. First of all, and I told her this, I sincerely didn't know why she was blocked. I had a couple of different mods, and they might have blocked her without me knowing. That's a possibility. But I had no reason to block her. So yesterday I unblocked her, and I sent her a message. I don't pick sides. Just because I state my opinion on a particular topic, it doesn't mean I pick their side. I mean, I don't have to pick sides. And even if I did pick sides, so what? It doesn't mean I'm completely one team and I don't care about anybody else. This is not a loyalty game, I look at each topic, I look at each discussion, I look at each issue, each beef, and everybody can have different opinions and different stances. Never gone to T-Talk to see what's going on. Okay, so I do watch Tea with Cat. I have watched it. I'm not gonna lie, I do watch it. And there have been times where I've wanted to comment and go, I should say something. I should. But you know what? And this is not personal on Cat. It's other people in the comments. I'm not going to get involved. Somebody's cussing me out or thinks that way of me, and they such vulgar language and stuff. Why do I want to be in that? Why do I need to be in that? Even to defend myself, why do I have to defend myself against that? And I don't need that. Like I said, I'm 56, man. I'm not. I'm gonna say some of this talk is way beneath me, and I'm not afraid to say that. And you know what I mean by that. People will get butthurt by that too, but you know what I mean by that. Like all that talk has just gotten way out of control. So when somebody's going to be belligerent and rude, or start with the name calling, then you know what? I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk. And there's a lot of things people have said about me in the past, and personal things, and but nobody's ever asked me, like, is this true, or was that true, or what happened here, what happened there? Not that it's anybody's business, because this was a personal thing that got exposed. But still, nobody asked. Everybody just, oh, he's this, he's that, he's that. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, he's a womanizer. And he's got women all over the valley. So my response to that was the pimp photo in the little video. Did you see that? I think most of you saw it. So you know what? That's how I respond. And honestly, even though that name calling and stuff, maybe sometimes it bothers me in that it's stupid. It's like I want to go and say something, but they're going to talk like that. Like, honestly, fuck you. Fuck you very much. Don't need it. Don't need that in my life. You can't have a civil conversation? Well, then, you know what? That chat or that platform or this platform is not for me. And and I don't mind going somewhere where I'm asked serious questions and we have a discussion. Not everybody has to agree with me. Not everybody has to agree with me. It's not about that. It's just about being civil to each other. But there's a lot of ghetto people here in the valley, and it's just a lot of stupid nonsense, and I'm really sick of it. And I know it happens everywhere on all kind of levels. I know it does. So it's not that I'm trying to hide from it or run from it or just shield myself from it. It's just gotten, yeah. Hungry. I should have got some food. So, and this one, okay, the tea talk and see what's going on. Goodbye. And I don't have an issue with anybody personally. Personally, I don't. But if there's hostile people in that platform, and why am I going to go over there for? That's what it is. I've talked to Kat. We've had great discussion. I respect what she's doing over there. As far as creating a show and having her own thing and their own thing over there. There's plenty of room on this planet for any kind of discussions. So I've named, there's going to be a segment on my Manny Behind the Mic called, Common Sense, the Hard Truth. And because I was thinking about this the other day, when certain things started to bother me, and I was like, why? And I know why, but why am I being just a super nice, quiet guy and not saying anything? Somebody cusses me out with this, why don't I come back to them and cuss them out with that, or say F you, or whatever, you know what? And I wanted to do some of that this weekend. But you know what? It's not in my nature. It's not in my nature to be like that. So, and it's not that somebody said, oh, you should write back, or you should, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I gotta say something. How am I gonna respond? But you know what? If it's not in your nature, it's not in your nature. What? That's the way it is. I don't, and I can disagree, and I've disagreed with people. Yeah, politics is one thing. We have major disagreements with a lot of people. But I'm not over there cussing them out, or you're a effing idiot, or I just don't do that. Physical anger, if something happens, if you physically in person, different story. So, and you know what? If people don't want to watch me, it's okay. People don't have to watch. I'm not looking for anything, above and beyond just because. There's plenty of things to watch out there. And if you don't like, then you don't like. And you know what? And if you do like, but other people won't like you to watch, well, then that's a you problem. Because you shouldn't be hiding. It shouldn't bother other people what you like to watch or what you like to listen to. Velia, I watch her, I said from the beginning, I've had for a long time, but the beginning to me is 2020, maybe early or middle 2019. And I don't agree with everything on everything that's said or done, but there's a lot of funny points. And same thing with the other guy, Jaime. I happen to think that he used to be funny, and now it's turned into something else. And it's not viewable, in my opinion. But he would put on the wig and get in his car and cuss people out and talk the way he did, and I would fucking laugh. And sometimes I wouldn't want to laugh, and I would watch, and I would laugh because it was funny. And people would go at each other, and he would get in the car and do his thing with the wig, and he became Ruby. And that shit was funny. It was. And and then Glow, and she's got her discussions, and she travels a lot and stuff, and um, I would listen to those discussions, and then Tea with Cat, they came on, and they started having their mostly lady discussions, and even some of that stuff is funny. It is, not gonna lie. So I get around listening to everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's a lot out there. Yes, Case, you didn't hear? John Allen, happy birthday today, buddy. Hope you had a good one. So anyway, my original point right now was that why don't you get aggressive and start firing back of it, because it's not in my nature to do that. And then so I would rather maybe be outspoken a little more with my opinions, and and I don't, and I'm not going to care if you don't like it. But you know what? With this,
bullshit.
hey, a little bullshit kid.
Oh, peace and love, peace and love.
There you go, peace and love, everybody. So, giving opinions, and it doesn't mean I love one side and hate the other. It means nothing. That means nothing. I could like watching four people, and I could hate all their opinions on a certain thing. So I hate their opinion on this and that and that and that, all of them. But that's just that. It's not personal or anything. Unless something is personal, well, then I'll say it. But everybody's got to quit being afraid to say their true opinion and their true feeling, because somebody they like might not like it. I think you should give your opinion, as long as it's your honest, your opinion. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's their problem. It's not your problem. Hey, Cindy Young. Oriana's here. Me and Oriana are supposed to do a TikTok live, and we just haven't found the time to just go and do that, but I plan on doing that. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, at some point I'll be switching over. I tried this before, and the reaction was funny, and I don't know why. Maybe you guys can tell me. I want to make the migration completely to YouTube at some point, and I'm going to try it again for this year. And when I said this last time, which was a few years ago, I want to say 3 years ago, I got a lot of messages from you, from some of the Facebook people, and they're like, well, if you do that, then we can't watch you anymore. Well, if you do that, then I'm not going to watch you anymore. And I was like, why? You guys have any idea? I know there are some YouTube people. How many we got on YouTube watching today? Oops, where am I? Here we go. Yeah, see, today we got more people on YouTube than we do on Facebook. But I want to know from you guys on Facebook, if you feel that way, what is it with YouTube that you don't like? Ever since I found YouTube Premium, the commercials are gone. It's like utopia. It's really nice. I know it can get costly, and sometimes I do without it. I know there's a budget for everything, but if you watch YouTube a lot, it's totally worth it. But I'm just wondering what is the thing with YouTube? And I just want to know. I mean, I know what the differences are. Facebook is Facebook. It's a little community, and you have your profile, your pictures, your whole story of your life, and your family and your friends and everything. I get it. YouTube is not like that. It's different. It's less personable. However, there's a lot of cool shit on YouTube, a lot of videos, and I don't know if you realize it, but you might watch YouTube more than you think. So I'm just curious if some of you are real against YouTube. Why? I just want to know why. Hey there, Alley Cat. Chris Baker, what up, Luke? Facebook, you got to be careful here. I'm going to pop these comments in here. Facebook, you got to be careful on what you say because you're under risk of going to Facebook jail. YouTube, not so much. Yeah, and even with that, and that was true. But it seems like lately, even Facebook has kind of let up a little bit. They aren't as strict. It's not as bad as it used to be. Yo, I know. I've found and watched some crazy things on YouTube. It's hilarious. Yeah, I tried YouTube TV and I couldn't get into that either. Now he says, I subscribe to YouTube TV versus cable TV. John, I watch YouTube more than TV. I tune the algorithm to my interest. Yeah, this past weekend, it got to a point where I was even like, you know what? I ain't gonna fucking watch nobody. I went through like 10 minutes of, you know what? I ain't gonna watch nobody. Like F this and F that, just to myself. Well, that lasted 15 minutes, not gonna lie. Hey, Deborah says, I watch YouTube all the time and I'm on Facebook a lot as well. I love to watch the videos on the watch on Facebook. Those are really interesting. And I love a lot of YouTubers. Well, some of the movies you can catch on YouTube. I have my favorite. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff over there to check out. If you're a premium too, there's a lot of movies that you can watch there too. Cindy, YouTube should be an escape from reality. One reason I like KK's contribution. KK is just crazy. KK, sorry, but you're crazy. She I don't know where she finds these freaking people. She finds some sick people. And I think aren't you the reason why I found Leticia KK? Hey Sarah, glad you're here. Oh, great! She's gonna send me more. I was thinking about doing a GoFundMe to get Leticia out of jail. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm not really doing that. I just miss her so. It was a breath of fresh air watching her versus somebody else. And I'm not making fun of this, but Leticia is someone with real mental issues, and I think it's like a good study in mental illness. And for as crazy as a lot of that conversation was, it was interesting to watch. All right, KK. And TikTok there's a lot of there is cool stuff on TikTok. You guys should give it a chance. It's not as bad as they make it sound. Oh, but there's weird stuff. There is a lot of weird crap on TikTok. Michael, Facebook is just entertainment for me to laugh at the scammers. Yeah, there are those there. There is a YouTube family plan. Yeah, there is. But it's just not the same as Facebook where you can have all your I just don't see what the big deal is to have to do both. I think Facebook is okay for what it is. I know a lot of people rely on it. Stay in touch communication-wise. Update your family, friends and family. I get it. Yeah, I hope Leticia's getting the help. I got a feeling when she's on her meds and she's normal, when the chemicals are balanced, I think she might be a nice person. So, anyway, did you guys have any questions on anything or anything particular you wanted to discuss? Oh yeah, I picked up some good recipes on TikTok. That's for dang sure. Stuff simple things I've never even like. Damn, I could do that. So yeah, so I wish that all this going at each other, these people, everyone could just not. I don't want to see anybody. I don't like people getting arrested, and now that you got to deal with court, and it's not necessary. But I'm not everybody's like me. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there like me. You can curse me out and whatever you want, and I'm here like, with this again. It's like, whatever. And yes, even if you talked about me or the family or the daughter, whatever, it's just words, means nothing to me. Again, it means nothing to me until it becomes physically personal. Then, different story. Defend myself at all costs. And, I had to defend myself. I'm not going to say what year it was. Is there still a possibility that VT will go to prison? So I was just talking about this with someone in the legal community familiar with her case. And someone else brought up, somebody from No More Cheesy's Lives happened to mention to me that, man, next week, it's going to be 1 year that the DA filed an appeal. They appealed to dismiss the case. 1 year. And we still don't have an answer from the legal world, the powers that be. And it's like, good Lord. We're talking about Willoughby County, which actually this may be Cameron County they moved it to. But I don't know. I think if it would have been denied, it would have been denied. I'm being optimistic, but your guess is as good as mine. My contact in the legal world of Willoughby County is he's going to poke around and look to see where things might stand. I think she's supposed to have court on the 21st. I think it's the 21st for a harassment charge, or I think it's a harassment. Yeah, and if you didn't know, the appeal it's on the $74,000 plus of welfare fraud. Basically, she falsified the application in order to get the benefits. And that's what happened. And that's a lot of money. I would find it difficult to believe that the county would just dismiss it. But gotta say, the DA has not been sharp. and I'm not going to say incompetent because I don't know them personally and don't have to deal with that stuff because I don't live in and out of court and in and out of attorneys' offices. But something is very wrong, especially when it's such a blatant and obvious and seemingly obvious case. It's like you have one job. How did you mess that up? But yeah, it seems like they. So this has been a rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor or just a conspiracy theory that Vanessa's getting away with a lot of things because she's working in concert with the Raymondville PD as a snitch. And people think that because she does almost seems like gets away with everything. Gets to slide. Don't know if that's true. She needs to be held accountable for the $74,000 in fraud she committed. Yep. And it doesn't seem like she works a lot. From what we saw recently, it doesn't seem like she works a lot. So I always thought she's got a sugar daddy. But no. I heard she's got a sugar mama. That's what I heard. Yeah. But, that's just a thing that I heard. Is there any truth to it? Don't know. It would explain a lot, but don't know. All her misdemeanor cases will continue to get postponed until she goes to trial for the DWI child endangerment felony charges. That's right. No, I do remember hearing something like that. They got to take care of this before this and this and this. Yes, I remember that. Mosquitoes by Vanessa and they get that. And by the way, the mosquitoes are starting to get bad now. Finally. By finally, I mean, from that last rain and the flooding we had up the valley. Now the mosquitoes are finally there. Big freaking mosquitoes. Disgusting. I mean, they're so big, you can feel them land on you, even on your shirt. That's how you know that's how big they are. Yo, Christy, what up? I don't know. Sarah, I don't know. But it's something I'm glad I'm not involved with. How's that? Maybe she slept with the DA. I don't know. Hey, that's another one for the conspiracy theories. Hey, Lola. Bam I think he's good. He's just working a lot. He was supposed to get a hold of me last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, to see if he would come on and, do a show. But he never did. And I can only imagine this because he's working a lot. He's working on average 12 to 16 hours a day. So he's going to be off tomorrow and Wednesday again. So I'll see if I'll reach out to see if he's what he's got on his mind. I thought that one got taken care of already. Christy. Didn't that one get... I don't even know if they were Versace or not. I don't remember what brand they were, but did that one get taken care of already? The DA, isn't that? She talks mad crap about that woman. Yeah, and that's the DA. And yes, she does speak a lot of crap about all law enforcement, even the Texas Rangers, which is like the elite police force here in Texas. And I would say that's not a good career move. But they're fully aware, and they don't want to hear from her. They are the ones that told her. I mean, this happened. They said, you know what? Don't call our office again. If we need you, we'll get a hold of you. That's what they told her. Don't call us. We'll call you. That is a true story. And of course, she's going to talk crap about everybody because she's just the ultimate victim. Felonies before misdemeanors. Because if she's found guilty on any felony charge, her misdemeanors are upped to felonies as well. Oh, there you go. How do you like them apples? Felonies before misdemeanors. If you're found guilty on any felony charge, the misdemeanors are upped to felonies as well. Well, look at here. Very, very interesting, no? Yeah. To sugar mama because she lost. Right. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's good for Roy. Too bad for her. I think seemed like Roy was a good dude. I mean, relatively speaking, compared to what she thinks she's gonna get. I think she messed up right there. I think Roy was wise. Yeah, they're spraying for mosquitoes here too, man. Those things are freaking big. I don't know if you guys in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, or the East Coast got mosquitoes big after a flood, after a heavy rain. That's why you stay home. Stay home. Don't go out anywhere. And if you got to work outside, you got to wear a long sleeve shirt and a button-up shirt with what do you call that, bandana or handkerchief wrapped around your neck, and mosquito repellent. Yeah, the good stuff. It's from Avon. Yes, it is. It's the best stuff out there. It's a combination of mosquito repellent and sunscreen. I have it. I sell it. That's right. It's available on my store. Popular item. Every season, it sells out all the time. Hey, Liberty Lady. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, Sarah, you can join me on a show whenever you'd like. That's one thing. It was brought up to my attention last year about inviting just different people, viewers that watch, and to see if they. Sometimes I want to get an opinion on something. Okay, so some of you may not know this. That's why I'm going to say this. When Bam and I were doing a lot of shows together, it was funny, yes. But somebody brought up the point, and it was true. It's like, well, you guys agree politically, and you guys agree on all those topics, related to politics and the social world. And they're like, that's kind of boring. You should get somebody else who maybe doesn't agree with you on everything. And that's when I started thinking about, it'd be good, even if it's random people. I was trying to get a different, another host or co-host. That whenever Bam couldn't come online, I grabbed somebody else. So the original idea was that, hey Nancy, ciao. It does still exist. Holy crap! I thought she made restitution for that, and that was a done deal. Really? Okay, I'll you know who I'm gonna ask, right? I'm gonna find out. I thought that was done. Interesting. So yeah, I thought about on a random day, if somebody wants to come online with me just to talk a particular topic, that I'd be open to that. I would prefer on video, not just a graphic, like voice only. So if anybody's interested in that, I will definitely entertain that. That's for sure. The commissioner of HHSC, which is Health and Human Services, answers to Governor Abbott. And she talks shit about him too. Yeah. Attacking the Willoughby County District Attorney's Office has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Yes. The DA's office, attorneys, judges, the Texas Rangers. I don't mean the baseball team. I mean there's a law enforcement unit called the Texas Rangers, which are like the FBI, like the elite of the elite in the state of Texas. And that's not a good career move. It's not. It really isn't. And so here's what you can do. I'm assuming you spelled that wrong, right? You're talking about corn? What they call corn? I don't think it's a platform. I think it's companies that put out entertainment. They don't like certain words said. And to me, it's really annoying. And I'm going to say all these words right now just to give an example. Like if you ever listen to some of these YouTubers and their crime stories and stuff, they always beep out the word rape. They always beep out the word sex. They always beep out the word porn. And it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. I want to say this goes back to the snowflake nation that gets offended for everything and they need their safe space. I'm being serious, yeah. Yeah, good for Roy. You know what, Vicky? Skin so soft. I wish I had a bottle of it right here. It's a combination of bug spray and sunscreen, and it's got to be the most popular thing on their page, at least half the year. If you're interested, shopwithmanny.com. Let's see. Yeah, skin so soft. I put the link in the comments. I think it'll pop up as a link. Okay, so it's a TikTok thing mostly. Yeah, see, and that's what I don't like about. Okay, I hate censorship. Maybe that's why I like X so much.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh, poor you. Weird.
Let this
Peace
cycle
and
through.
love. Peace and love.
How dare you?
Yeah, I gotta get some new sound effects. I do. Some new music also. I think these are getting played out too much. Yeah, it's really annoying. I don't like censorship. I mean, there are things that I don't like to see sometimes. Like, I don't need to see a dude get hit by a car and go flying in the air, 100 feet, or somebody's head come off, or somebody getting shot and their leg getting shot and blown off. And there are just a lot of things that I don't want to see, but I just flip right through it. And I think that's where it should be. Say, hey, if you want to watch it, you can. If you don't want to watch it, turn the page, flip, scroll, whatever you call it, and that's what it should be. And that's why X, aka Twitter, is so important. Because you don't want a world where they're censoring everything and censoring what you say because it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm sick of that. Bothers the crap out of me. Cinemax. Oh yeah, I can see that. Skinemax, yeah. Did you know that you can no longer report people by using abuse at facebook.com? Oh, I didn't know that. Posse says, I said asshole and pussy on TikTok and live video was shut down in an instant. 30 days, holy crap. I know, and you wonder how this chick, Ashley, gets away with stuff. I mean, did you see her the other day? Over the weekend? It was the beginning of the weekend. She was with some dude, and he was feeling up on her and pulling up her skirt, and her whole rump was showing, and she kept pulling it down. She kept, stop. And he kept doing it. And then she turns around, and he was reaching around, and see, and these are the things that, why does she get away with that? But the minute you write a comment, Ashley's a skank, oh, then you're in trouble. And they delete your comment and they might restrict you. How messed up is that? I would love for Elon Musk to buy TikTok and let him run that freaking thing. You know, Democrats and liberals would lose their freaking minds. They would. I know they would. Well, these entertainment companies that do all the editing for some of these videos, they beep a lot of stuff, and it's just really annoying. Why can't you say the word rape? Why can't you say the word sex? Why can't you say the word sexual abuse? But they're okay if you say, shit, fuck, motherfucker, all that kind of stuff. All that's okay. Just don't say the R word. Oh, the other R word, also retard. And I don't know. I remember life used to be so good. Who messed it up? Who messed it up? That's what I want to know. Brownsville sucks about news. And it's not just Brownsville. I think it's everywhere, or at least down here. People are driving and they see an accident and they'll take the video while they're driving by, and you'll see part of a car smashed, and then you see other cars and you see grass, and then you don't know what happened, and somebody will post it and they'll just put accident. It's like, okay, where? What happened? So I think it was yesterday morning, or maybe it was Saturday. There was another video or a photograph saying, oh, there's trouble at the fire at Tesla. We have a Tesla dealership here. And there were fire trucks and police cars. There was a photograph. But I didn't see any smoke. I never heard anything about it again. And nobody followed up at all, anything. And it's just, I don't know what happened. And I forgot, to be honest, I forgot. So maybe I'll take a drive by there tomorrow and see what if anything happened. I should start a news agency. Do you remember the old school news? But I come from Chicago, so people were out there, reporters were out there with microphones and chasing down. Can you give us your opinion on this? What happened today? What do you think about the judge's decision? But there's no more of that shit no more. No more. It was already dying, and then COVID just killed it even more. And it's like, I miss all that. I used to love watching that in Chicago. And you see it on the news, like the movie The Fugitive, Harrison Ford. There's a lot of that going on, where the press is all gathered outside and they got their microphones and, can you please talk to us about this? What your decision and what do you think about the chart? And then those same reporters would do the report. They'd be on the news at night. And I miss that shit. Citizen journalism is a new thing. Yeah, but I think obviously that's very amateurish, and I think there should be a push for more people getting into the TV business. It's like, let's bring back journalism, like real journalism. Let's get reporters to go out and ask questions. I think that needs to happen. That would be nice if that could happen. And yes, there's too many amateur. Everybody's more interested in recording an event than reporting on it. And then next thing you know, you post it, and you got 50 different comments about 50 different opinions of what happened. Nobody knows what happened, and that's annoying as well. Luke says, I miss watching at Osmo's early lives he would have in the mornings. He would come on twice a day, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Except Sundays. Yeah, he always gave his opinion. And that could have been a start of something good. But I think also that there's only so many, it became one of those things where, Osmo, can you, help me find my dog? Here's his picture. And they would post, dog lost, or a cat or dog was found. And it became a lot of that, and a lot of bad videos of a car accident or a video of a scene on the street. And I'm going, okay, what happened? And I'm waiting for a commentary or caption, and then nothing. So it's like I just wasted 30 seconds of my life for what? And what's going to happen? I don't know. So there's a lot of that, and that's really annoying. Oh yeah, and unlike the Mexican newspapers, the Mexican tabloids, if there's a nasty car accident with a dude in the car smashed or cut in half or mangled, they're showing that. They're showing it because the people there want to watch it, and they will look at that stuff. It's a different meaning to, if it bleeds, it leads, and they will definitely watch gore. It's weird. And I used to like to watch gore. Like I was a big fan of the original. We talked about this before. Faces of Death. Remember those movies? Till I found out they were fake, and then it was like, oh man, that's not real gore. Yeah. Here's a good common sense idea, everybody. I feel lucky. I'm glad that my father got me involved in reading the paper. I was reading the paper at a very young age. I used to watch him read it every morning before he went to work. And then we had an evening edition, and that would come out around 3 or 4 o'clock. And then on his way home, he'd pick that one up, and come home, read the paper before dinner, and he would leave it. And yeah, I started with the funny paper, the funny comics, and then they're reading sports, and then the news. And I think 10 or 12 years old, I was already looking at the paper and wanting to see news. Kids attract me. Oh yeah, that's. I still don't know the whole story, but they're kids at a sporting event, and I don't know if they weren't where they were supposed to be. And this other kid comes and says, "Move! You're not supposed to be here." And the guy says, "Make me move." And the guy felt it necessary to stab the guy in the heart. And the kid was there with his twin brother, and he basically died in his twin brother's arms. And now people are starting a GoFundMe for the perpetrator, for the kid that did the stabbing, and they're trying to make him look like the victim. I don't know what this world's coming to. I mean, and people in the comments were saying, well, he shouldn't have been there. I'm like, I don't care. You don't kill somebody, stab somebody in the chest because somebody said something. You see, and that's what my worry is, that social media fighting, like what's going on here, is going to get to that point. Pretty soon, it's not going to be enough that Party A and Party B are feuding and the words are going back and forth. And, at some point, that's not going to be enough. And it's going to get dumb. And not necessarily by them, but by others, maybe even not from the area, who watch the drama and who want to make a name for themselves or, want to help somebody. And they're going to do something stupid to property or physically to somebody. It's like, what happened in life? And then you see all these fights, man. I saw there was a fight at Chuck E. Cheese somewhere. Fucking kids playtime pizza. And parents, women fighting. I mean, a full-blown brawl. And then they've been showing the Disneyland fight. You remember this thing happened a few years ago? Some people were fighting at Disney. And all these sucker punches. And it's like, what the hell happened to society, man? It is completely ridiculous. It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man. Yeah. Great movie, Fugitive. Yeah, it is sad what happened to that. Yeah, we can talk movies. All this stuff is good. The Fugitive, and then kind of a sequel, but not. U.S. Marshals with Wesley Snipes. Vicky says, I used to follow a lot of live streamers that would go on police calls, fires, etc. It was exciting. It wasn't even my town, but I enjoyed watching them. The ones I like watching, there's a guy who goes into water, like a river or a lake, looking for things. Usually he's looking like for probably like a buried treasure or a safe, electronics or something, but he always finds like a car with a body in it. Kids that have been missing for 22 years. I saw that the other day. And that I like watching. See, there's a situation where I would like to watch. I would like to see what the body in that car looks like that's been sitting in there for 20 years. But of course they blur it out. But I'm very interested to find, and that's one of those morbid, that's a morbid sense of curiosity. With no disrespect to the families and any of that stuff. Yeah, there's here. I think it's connected to Ring. I think it's called Next or Next Door or something like that. Neighbors or something like that. Yeah, but I had to turn it down. Everything was about a lost dog. Everything, or a cat, mostly dogs. Animals aren't as valued down here. And I'm at the border, Mexico. I can walk over there and I can walk probably less than a mile, about a mile, and I'll have 3 different bridges, international bridges that I can cross into Mexico. 3 different parts of town. And people's idea of having a pet there is having a dog tied to the tree in the backyard, and he's there morning, noon, and night. That's what their pet is. Usually they do feed them and give them water and stuff, but freaking dog is always tied. And then when they don't want them, then they just turn them loose and leave them on the street. There's a huge stray dog problem here. And cats too. Huge. And we have a animal control. The last I heard only had 2 guys. Besides the boss, there was only 1 guy for a long time, and then they finally hired somebody else and they were training him. But if I'm not mistaken, they ride together. This is a city of about 200,000, maybe 210. There are animals everywhere. When I traveled for the airline, I would fly to different cities all over the country. And it'd be so nice to work, and have to go out to eat and shop in a place for a few days and not see any dogs, loose dogs on the street, loose cats. Just, it's really bad over here. It's sad. And the city can't do anything about it. I mean, they think 1 dog catcher is enough, or a pair maybe. And if it's the weekend, forget about it. If there's a dead dog on the street, yeah, okay, we'll get it Monday. Like, and the poor dog, dead, will be there all weekend long. And yet this city wants to be so cutting edge, so fucking woke. It's not even funny. That's the sad part. And since Elon Musk came and we got SpaceX down the street, and he gave the city, I believe it was $10 million to beautify the city, specifically to beautify the city. Why? Because since they opened SpaceX, he's going to have people move down here, and if he's going to have people move down here, he wants the city to look, he wants it to be safe. He wants it to be nice to walk down the sidewalks and without homeless people sleeping everywhere, or, broken street lamps. But where that money went or how it's being dispersed, I have no idea. No, I know. I've seen that, Nancy. I've seen that. And I think it's Turkey. Isn't there a city in Turkey where there's cats everywhere and everybody loves the cats and everybody pets the cats and the cats don't bother? That's a beautiful thing. Christy's got a cat named Newman, like Seinfeld. And for the most part, she loves Newman. You know you do. Is that Newman in the picture right there? But Newman can be temperamental. And Newman scratched the crap out of her. Sorry, Christy, I don't mean to laugh, but I know what that's like. Yeah, I wonder what he did with the money. He donated money to the Brownsville Independent School District also. Hey, here, there's another situation. Okay, see if you. I don't know what your school districts are like, but wait till you hear this one. Brownsville Independent School District, which has got a student population of about 39,000, almost 40,000. Right? The superintendent makes a base salary of $375,000 with some benefits that can make his salary go up to $450,000. The Dallas Independent School District, Dallas, Texas. I forgot what the numbers were. The student population is, if I remember, it was like 3 times that. I want to say it was about 150 or 160,000. 150,000. Right? 39,000 students, 150,000 students. That guy, well, that lady, she's making $375,000 with stipulations for bonuses if there's good performance, and good testing results and enrollment is up, all that, those little incentives. So she's making perhaps $450,000, but I mean, look at the population of the kids versus Brownsville, 39,000 students, and he's making the same kind of money, over 400 grand. What's wrong with that picture? And who makes these decisions on the salary? Well, if I'm not mistaken, it's the school board. Yeah. Oh no, here and they just increased it. They wanted to give him a bonus and to bring him back. Apparently he left, and then he's been on sick leave for 3 months. I don't know. These are things that go, why? How's Brownsville's superintendent making 400 grand? And the lady from Dallas, who's got 3 times the students, he's making the same amount. So either she's underpaid or he's way overpaid. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm in the middle of looking through right now. Because something is very wrong there. For example, teachers don't make enough money here. I've heard so many stories, and you hear them all the time. Teachers using their own money to buy supplies or to buy things that they want to do for their kids. They got to use their own money, even for supplies. And then when they want their money back or turn in an expense report, they give them a hard time. What's wrong with this picture? Well, you're paying this guy, 400 grand to be superintendent. Meanwhile, you have schools that are in disrepair, leaky roofs. I saw that recently. I mean, there's broken windows. You name it. Something is wrong. And the air conditioning systems don't work here where the annual median temperature is 92 degrees. And air conditioners don't work. Ventilation systems don't work. You have to open the windows. But the superintendent, you got to pay him 400 grand. Yep. Anyway, I didn't want to get into that too much because I know that's extremely, extremely local news. Let's see, was there something else? Anyway, if there's something anybody wants to chit chat about, feel free. BISD, Brownsville Independent School District, is the lowest paying district in the Valley. What I made at my first position, Vanessa says, Vanessa Trevino, just with a bachelor's degree and stipends the first year, is what I was making as a teacher in BISD fourth year teaching. So what do they start off with? What's their what does a starting teacher make? Small town Ohio superintendent makes over $100,000 for a school with less than 1,500 kids. See? Wow. $100,000. See, and that seems like a lot. I mean, 1,500 kids. So, I don't know, school boards, people need to start talking about their school boards. And I mean, what's wrong with all these situations everywhere? Something needs to get fixed. Oh my God, I have that video. Did you guys see this video? Let me see if I can find it real quick. That was one of the topics I wanted to bring up. Hang on. Hang on. Let's go back to this. If I can find it real quick, I will show the video. Hang on. Got like 5,000 videos in here. Please give me a second. I've been wanting to show this forever, and I've been putting it off, and then I just forget. Oh, I found it. All right, let me send it to my computer here. Now, what do they say? Parental discretion. I mean, it's not violent, but it can be distressing. All right, here it comes. I'm glad you brought this up, Luke. Hold on, we lost it. There it is. Download and swim. All right, I'm going to show this. Tell me what you think of this. Oh, hold on. Quick second. talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Won't be too long. Actually, I got a bunch of little videos that I prepared. I'm getting more school district salaries here. Holy crap. Converting it. Okay, here. Almost done, almost done. By the way, this is Newman. That is Christy's cat, Newman. And I think lately, when she sees him, she goes, "Hello, Newman." Okay, now we're ready. Here we go. You ready?
You got it, baby. You got it. I'm right here, baby. You got it. You got it, love. That's so good. You take me all the way to the deep end. Let's get you to the shallow end. Good job, baby. Good job, sweet boy. That was so good. I'm sorry. Perfect. Good job, baby.
Yes, sir.
Good. Clearing that water out. Beautiful frozen baby.
Man, I don't even know what to say. One more time. You know he took in water, right? He's fucking drowning right there.
You got it, baby. You got it. I'm right here, baby. You got it. good. You take me all the way to the deep end. Let's get you to the shallow end. Good job, baby.
The shallow end. Like he can reach the bottom anyway.
I'm sorry. Perfect. Good job, baby.
Yes, sir.
Good. Clearing that water out. Beautiful floating baby.
I mean, I remember watching that and I was pissed off. And I'm not one to, tell people how to raise their kids or whatever. But that kid clearly was taking in water, and for a few seconds, he was spitting up water. He was drowning. He took water in his lungs. And who knows what he was doing under the water when she first tossed him in there. And then she flips him over, like, oh my fucking good. Now, what I am interested in finding out is what happened to that lady. That had to have gotten reported. I've been sitting on that video for months. It had to have gotten reported. All right. One more video for you. I think after this we'll call it an evening. Okay, so you saw that kid. Poor kid. That idiot of a mother. In my opinion. Now what if you saw this? Or this happened to one of your elders? And again, this could be distressing to watch. Trigger warning. It's not bloody, but it's not pleasant.
I'm trying to see what my food is. I'm trying to track my food.
The one lady keeps saying, I'm trying to see what my food is, because I think she's making it look like she's trying to make it look like she's doing something with the phone app, but she's really recording. Yeah, but why?
Stop. Huh? I'm trying to track my food. Oh. Oh. I know. Oh, where Ronnie at? Oh.
Opie, you hear me?
One more time.
I'm trying to see what my food is. I'm trying to track my food. Oh. Stop. Huh? I'm trying to track my food. Oh.
I don't understand. Are you there? Or you don't know if he's here or not?
Oh, I know. Oh, where Ronnie at?
I'll come down here.
Oh,
Hey, standing around all right past it, don't stay all the time. Opie, you hear me?
I know. And my first thought is, why isn't anybody fucking going over there and stopping it? Why just grab the phone and record? I mean, if there's a lot of people around, which obviously there was, let her record and fucking everybody else jump in and stop the shit. Imagine, you find out that that's your grandma, your aunt, your sister, your neighbor, a good friend. Perhaps that was a neighbor or something. Oh, I'm telling you, if that was one of mine, family, friends, whatever, that lady right there, that one right there, let me see if I can do this right here, right there, she would go missing. They would never find her. She would disappear. She would vanish. Because I would not be able to stand for our justice system to give her 6 months probation, maybe 30 days in jail. I would lose my freaking mind. Yeah. And then I don't have the clip, but I saw it yesterday. Have you seen this? It's been going around. I think it was going around on TikTok. A kid with autism. And one of the teachers walks by the kid and she just goes like this. Wham! Now, you can't see the hit, but they say she made the motion like to hit him, but she didn't hit him. And then the little boy walked to another teacher who's sitting down in her chair like this, and she's watching. And the kid comes to her, and she just throws something at his face. I'm glad I don't have that video right now. I think that'd be it for me. These people who abuse kids like that. I mean, kids, period. But now, he's got autism. I mean, certain kind of crimes should have street justice. That kid's mom, aunts, cousins, they're all the ladies in the family should come over, beat the crap out of that lady. I mean, and the sad thing is that this goes on all the time. We just don't hear about it, and they don't always get recorded. No, Teresa, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find the clip, and then I did hear, because their mugshots were there. They were both arrested. One was released because she said she didn't physically touch him. She just made the motion. Okay, she wound up. Let's see if by chance I have it or I can find it real quick. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't record it. Yeah, but I've got Kermit the Frog dancing over here. Yeah, that I record right here. Oh, okay. Okay, I gotta send myself the link. Copy to the clipboard. Let's see if it opens up here. Yes. Okay. I found the video. It's not as bad until you see. Okay, volume is up. Okay, good. All right, here we go.
Broadcasted last week shows a Millsap Elementary video. Fox 4 first broadcasted last week shows a Millsap Elementary School educator slapping toward an autistic boy. Moments later, another educator yells at him.
I said come here.
Before repeatedly hitting him with a toy, then throwing the toy at the 10-year-old.
Quit chewing on things.
The incident happened in February. Alex Cornelius is the child in the video.
I don't understand why anybody would want to do this to any child, let alone an autistic child or a special needs child.
Millsap ISD says the educators involved are no longer employed by the district. Now, Fox 4 obtained arrest warrants for both educators regarding alleged crimes against Alex and 2 additional students.
You got to have a really kind heart to be a special education teacher, and as we've all seen, some people just don't have it.
According to the warrants, teacher Jennifer Dale admitted swinging at Alex in the video, but claimed it was done playfully. One of her fellow educators recorded the video. That educator...
And you can see the kid kind of going like this, and okay, no contact was made, but she made it look like she was going to do it. It even looked like she wanted to do it.
But claimed it was done playfully. One of her fellow educators recorded the video. That educator and 2 others gave investigators sworn statements of ongoing alleged abuse. Dale is charged with official oppression for intentionally subjecting 3 known child victims to mocking, mistreating, and tormenting. Paraprofessional Paxton Bean, seen in the video, is also charged with official oppression and has a felony charge of injury to a disabled child with intention. An arrest warrant claims Bean took an unnamed special needs child into a calm down room on January 16th. The child returned with a bloody nose. Bean told other educators the child had run into a wall. In a forensic interview, however, the child said Bean punched him.
I never expected any of this.
As for Cornelius' son, arrest warrants claim abuse was common. Alex regularly subjected to extensive timeouts, inappropriate comments about his private parts, and taunting. On one occasion, taunting until he covered his ears and began to rock back and forth, showing his anxiety.
We want to make sure that these teachers are never teaching again.
Alex's family believes had they not shared his story, criminal charges may have never happened.
I'm very grateful that the Parker County Sheriff's Department worked so quickly on it.
But we did not expect it to be this fast.
What state? Good question. I even missed it.
Video Fox 4 first broadcast.
Millsap County, or what does it say there? Millsap ISD.
Video Fox 4 first broadcasted last week shows a Millsap Elementary School educator slapping toward an autistic boy. Moments later, another educator yells at him.
I said come here.
Before repeatedly hitting him with a toy.
Those ladies are lucky to be alive, I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much. Oh, my goodness. I know maybe it's not the way to, wrap up an evening showing this kind of stuff, but and these chicks are in Texas. I'm telling you, they're lucky to be alive. As far as it goes for me, they would disappear. Nobody would ever hear from them or see them again at all. They're just gone. Anyway. Yep, that's the one. Yep, yeah, that's the one I just played. So we'll wrap it up with that. We're going on almost 2 hours, but yeah, right. I'm sure we'll get people to help with all aspects of it, and it'll be like she never existed. Both of them. So, alrighty, that is it for now. Tomorrow we're gonna have some more JJ, and I did dig up some more Leticia, so we're gonna have stuff to watch tomorrow. Tuesday, garbage pickup. Shit, I gotta go throw out the garbage. Put the garbage out. You guys have a good night. Thanks for being here with me. I appreciate you all. Really do. Anything you would like me to react to, just let me know, and I would look up the video. But yeah, we'll be watching stuff in the next few days. I know, Nadia. So I'll pick different stuff, but I think people forget this stuff can happen to your kids, and you leave the kids at school for 6 or 8 hours a day, and some people get complacent, and you think, oh no, they're okay over there, ain't nothing gonna happen. But you can't think like that. You have to go by. You have to surprise visit without announcing anything. You have to go and do that. Shit, I would send my kid, if that was my kid, I would send him with a freaking vest with a body cam. Turn that sucker on right before I let him walk him into the school. That's what I would do. And I would let all the teachers know he's got a body cam and it's on, and it'll be on all day long. Ain't nobody doing that to no kids, man. These freaking assholes. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.